Now at 5:30, a man has been shot in Lexington. Police say a person inside an apartment shot the man when he broke inside.
Also, a business in Lincoln County still burning this morning after nearly 12 hours. Ahead on WKYT this morning, investigators tell us they're going back out to J&J Pallet at daybreak.
A deadly train crash in Pennsylvania killed at least 5 people and injured dozens. We have the latest developments.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's your Wednesday, May 13th. We're glad you're with us here on WKYT on a chilly start to the day. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Hope you're having a good start to your day. Like you said, it is a little chilly, so you'll want to keep that in mind this morning.
In the 40s in some areas this morning. And
wow.
We're going to check in with meteorologist Micah Harris, who's tracking weather for us. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, it is kind of chilly outside. We're sitting at 47 in the capital city of Frankfurt. And you can see not much going on this morning, so no real issues whatsoever. The only thing I would say is you might have to take a sweater, light coat along your way, especially during the morning, because look at those temperatures. 46 now in Danville. We'll all finish off mid to upper 40s. And by the afternoon, 70 degrees. So some upper 60s, lower 70s for your day on this Wednesday. Going in toward the next few days, we'll really jump our temperatures, and they'll go higher than what you're seeing there. Unfortunately, here comes some more warm weather and also some rain in your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you. Let's get to the news.
New this morning, a man is awaiting charges at UK hospital after being shot.
Yeah, police say the man broke into an apartment on Winburn Drive in Lexington and a person inside shot him. WKYT's Mark Barber is live from UK hospital with the latest on the investigation into this. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Police say when the man is released from UK hospital, he will most likely be charged with burglary. Investigators tell me that he was shot twice by a woman after he broke into her apartment. Now we're told that the shooting happened around midnight on Winburn Drive after the man forced his way through a back door of an apartment. Police tell us that 2 children were sleeping inside. We're told 2 women were also home, and one of them fired several times, hitting the man twice. We're told he was shot once in the leg. He was taken to UK hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they don't think the people who lived there were mixed up in anything criminal, so investigators tell us they are still trying to figure out why the man targeted their apartment.
I think there's obviously more to the story, but again, we're still very early in the investigation, so we're trying to put all those pieces together, determine what led to his actions.
Police say they are interviewing the woman who shot him. We're told she's not facing any charges, but investigators say several charges are pending, including burglary for that intruder. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. Obviously, a lot of questions are still to be answered there. And new this morning, we are learning some details of an investigation into a shooting in Knox County. That shooting happened on May 9th on Cougar Edge Road in the Barberville area. State troopers say Edward Mason was shot in the back by Maxine Patterson. They say their investigation leads them to believe that Mason was fighting with Patterson's daughter when the shooting happened. No arrests have been made. The case is going to be turned over to the Knox County grand jury.
Investigators are trying to figure out what led to a crash in Madison County that killed 1 person and injured 4 others. The crash happened around 5:30 yesterday on Jacks Creek Road near Boone Way. That's just north of Richmond. State police tell us that 2 cars were involved in the crash. A woman riding in one of the cars was killed. Her name has not been released. Police say a man was airlifted to UK hospital. 3 other people were taken there by ambulance. Their conditions not known. Jacks Creek Road reopened at about 9 o'clock last night. We've learned some new details about a fire in Lincoln County that heavily damaged a decades-old business near Eubank. Crews spent nearly 9 hours at J&J Pallet trying to put out the flames. WKYT's Victor Puente is at our live desk with more on what we have learned overnight. Good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca. We spent the morning checking with the Lincoln County Fire Department to see how much progress they've made on this fire. They tell us there isn't much they can do now other than let it burn. The fire started around 6 p.m. Tuesday at J&J Pallet. Fire departments from Lincoln and Pulaski County helped fight the fire well into this morning. They've called in the Division of Forestry to bring out a bulldozer to push everything that was on fire closer together. People living nearby say the flames were hundreds of feet into the air, and they were worried about it spreading.
I've lived on this ridge for 15 years now, and this is the first major thing I've seen up here like this. If the wind had changed directions, we'd all been in trouble.
Firefighters tell us they had problems getting water to the fire. There are no hydrants nearby, so they had to haul water to the scene in tanker trucks from Eubank. They aren't sure which part of the building it started in. Now, Lincoln County's fire chief tells us fire investigators are still trying to find the cause, but so far they don't know how it started. Kentucky State Police will be assisting with the investigation when they return to the scene this morning. At the live desk, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Well, more than 2 years after police say a mother and her adult daughter were killed in a Perry County home, police have charged 2 men for the crime. Sandra and Susie Melton were shot in January of 2013 before their home was set on fire. Police charged 32-year-old Matthew Minks with murder and 30-year-old Ronnie Everidge with complicity to commit murder. Everidge says Minks killed the victims, but both stole items from the home, including firearms. Police say Everidge used gasoline to set the home on fire. From jail yesterday, Everidge apologized to the Melton family.
You know, I pray to God that I get the death penalty for this because I feel that's what I deserve. I don't deserve life in prison. I deserve the death penalty.
And police say they originally arrested Everidge for a robbery Monday, but while talking to him about that, they say he admitted to his role in the murders. And now to a national story that's making major news this morning, a commute that a lot of folks take in the Northeast here. Emergency crews and investigators combing through wreckage of an Amtrak train that derailed in Philadelphia.
There are a lot of questions about how in the world this happened. At least 5 people were killed, dozens injured when the train jumped the tracks late last night. Brian Webb has the latest from the scene.
Notify Amtrak to shut down the entire Northeast corridor.
Rescue teams searched through pieces of twisted metal and debris overnight, looking for anyone possibly trapped in the wreckage of Amtrak train 188. The train was traveling north from Washington, D.C. to New York City late Tuesday when all 7 of its cars derailed shortly after leaving Philadelphia's 30th Street station. At least 5 people were killed.
It is an absolute disastrous mess.
Keep crawling, okay? 238 passengers and 5 crew members were on board at the time. Many were able to crawl to safety, including New Jersey resident Jane Helfman and her son.
My son went back and got everybody off our one car. He helped them out.
More than 100 people were transported to area hospitals to be evaluated or treated for injuries.
There were concussions, a lot of muscular, skeletal injuries.
NTSB investigators will join emergency crews at the crash site behind me this morning to begin trying to piece together what happened.
They'll be interviewing the crew, doing a 72-hour history of those crew members, and of course they'll attempt to interview as many of the passengers as possible.
All Amtrak service on the Northeast line between New York and Philadelphia is suspended. Brian Webb for CBS News, Philadelphia.
Well, the Northeast Corridor is the nation's busiest rail line.
A WKYT investigation has found that some Kentucky coroners have not had their state-required training in years. Records from the Department of Criminal Justice Training say 8 of the state's coroners have expired certifications. According to a state law, a certified coroner must complete both the basic 40-hour training course for new coroners and a 16-hour in-service course required every year after.
They're called out to make a death investigation, and they're not certified to make that death investigation, then that opens an entire gambit of things that can happen that are not good. None of them are good.
Well, on WKYT.com, we have a complete list of Kentucky coroners who have expired certifications. Just look for this story.
Coming up on 5:40 now on WKYT this morning, and there is less than a week to go until the Kentucky primary, and it looks like the race for governor of the Commonwealth is going to be a close one on the GOP side. The newly released WKYT Herald Leader Bluegrass poll shows Matt Bevin, James Comer, and Hal Heiner all within 2 points of each other, a virtual tie. But Will T. Scott trails far behind. 14% of likely voters polled are still undecided. And on the Democratic side, Jack Conway is far ahead. How does Conway match up with his potential Republican opponents? Well, we have those poll results on our website at WKYT.com.
Well, Conway is also making headlines by filing a federal lawsuit over gas prices. Conway is suing the Marathon Petroleum Company. He claims the merger of Marathon and Ashland Oil nearly 20 years ago created a monopoly of the gas supply, leading to higher gas prices in Kentucky. Conway claims the company is violating antitrust laws, and the lawsuit claims Marathon is keeping competitors from entering the state. But Marathon denies these claims. They say they will fight the lawsuit in court.
Well, some top cops were honored in Washington, D.C., and a Lexington detective was among them. Detective Chris Russell of the Lexington Police Department was honored last night at the Top Cops Awards banquet. Those officers were nominated by their fellow officers. But Detective Russell says what he does isn't extraordinary. He says it's all just part of his job.
Got into policing like everyone else, thinking I might change the world, but then I soon realized that changing one person's world is really all you have to look forward to, and it's why you're there in the end.
The Top Cops Awards fall during National Police Week. Events for the week continue in Washington and around the country through Friday. See a lot of modesty in him as well there,
Yeah.
certainly. 5:41 is our time this morning, and let's check live drive traffic and see what is going on out there bright and early as the crowds are about to hit the streets and roads. Broadway and High Street clear at the moment with no reports of any major trouble.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Just keep in mind that there is that pinch point on New Circle Road, especially at Old Frankfort Pike, Versailles, the Leestown Road area. They're continuing with that widening project, and some of the work being done on the bridges in that area can lead to a bit of a tight point for you if you're traveling through there.
Pothole repairs all over the place, so
all
watch
over
out
the
for
place.
I-75.
That's right.
We learned just how many orange barrels we have in Kentucky, right?
Well, yeah, and you go on our Facebook page and you'll see some responses about, wow, it seems like there's every section of Lexington is being worked on right now. But the thing is, they have to do that, obviously, so the roads can
and
get
it's really
better.
throughout the viewing area. All right, we have a lot more news coming up for you Wednesday morning on WKYT.
I haven't heard this word in a while. Cowabunga! A new Simpsons theme park has opened up at Universal Studios in Hollywood. We'll have the latest on Springfield, USA.
Kind of a chilly start out there this morning. You may need a light sweater this morning, but by the afternoon it feels really nice. And then we start to ramp up those temperatures again. And that means one thing, a little rain in the forecast. I'll show you when you can expect that for your weekend coming up.